So, Dr. Fadele, I know you said you didn't exactly see the injury, but when it comes to, someone breaking their left forearm, especially a football player, how critical of an injury is that?
Well, that's a significant injury, and of course, in someone who catches the ball and receives, it's going to compromise his play. More likely than not, he fractured his ulna, a bone in the forearm. It's a very common football injury down here, and the bone will displace. And often surgery is required to put the bones back anatomically together and to put a plate and screws on there to hold it together, and should heal in about 6 to 8 weeks.
Now, when it comes to the recovery process, what does that entail? Therapy, rehabilitation? What are we looking at when he does eventually, if he does come back in 6 to 8 weeks? What are we looking at?
Well, what the surgeons want to do is take a displaced bone and anatomically line it up so it heals perfectly. Once it heals perfectly, then he'll get full motion back. And after surgery, he doesn't have to be in a cast for 2 months. Literally, they can get him moving almost immediately. For a pro athlete, that's going to get him back much faster than a regular patient who may be stuck in a cast for months and then require 4 to 6 months of therapy. The season would obviously be over if that's how they treated him.
Now, when he does come back, obviously no player's 100% at that
Right.
point in the season. You're talking 4 to 6 weeks. You're talking at the earliest January,
Right.
basically. So when he does come back, is he going to be lessened in any way? Is this something that can really affect your game after recovery?
Well, it's hard to believe he'll come back lessened. He's going to play all out. But the surgical staff and the physicians are going to be holding their breath, if you will, because that bone will not be completely healed in 6 to 8 weeks. So it may be good enough for him to compete, but it certainly won't be 100% strong. That'll be well into next year. But as you and I have talked, at the end of the season, none of these athletes are 100%. They're going to take the risk in order to play because now the stakes go up in January.
Is this a common injury when it comes to football? Is this something you see often?
No, it actually isn't. Fractures are becoming very uncommon. As you know, what the athletes do are tear or rip soft tissues. That's what they really do. So if you look at the major scope of injuries, fracture work is a very small part of what we do.